What's up, Rockstars? We have a huge amount of awesome, amazing, big budget, big name games coming up. A whole bunch of indie treasures. Q4, the end of each year, is always insane. We're reaching 2022, the end of 2022, and so things are going to get really hairy really quick. And I want to make sure that we focus on what is our top things that we want so that we don't come up short when we want to get that because we saw the shiny right beforehand. So this is my list, my top 10 games I'm still looking forward to the end of the year, but I would love to hear yours as well. Be sure to make the list even if you don't share it so that you know what to prioritize. Thank you to my channel sponsor Into the AM. As a company that believes hard work and a great product is a proper way to conduct business, I am delighted to have them as part of the channel. They have some of the coolest graphic t-shirts around and an absolute best fit and feel that has continually exceeded my expectations. With new shirts arriving all the time and other products like boxers, hats, and even a monthly shirt club, I wholeheartedly recommend them to you. Check out the link in my description of this video for an exclusive 10% off everything they sell. All right, now we're going to start in like reverse order, so number 10 up to number 1. And the first few are going to be like more of the indie stuff that, just kind of like really inspires me or like reaches out to my heartstrings a little bit, my desire for these things. So for instance, Storze Rebirth, I'm sure I'm saying that wrong regardless of how I say it, but from the moment I saw this, I thought it was beautiful. Now, several of you actually commented saying the gameplay is kind of but I think it's a very, it's something I might appreciate just to have on the shelf, just to, come out and experience every so often, just because of how beautiful it is, how unique it sounds. You actually play as some of the Slavic mythological monsters as you try and go around and be the best monster you can be, essentially. It just looks so pretty. The wooden dice, the even the little tokens and stuff, the card art design, the miniatures, the map, all of it just screams pretty. And so I'm really excited for this either way. Just the lore, just looking at it, it gets me excited just looking at it. And these are expensive physical products that we're buying, and I really want to enjoy what I'm looking at. It's very important for me. So it's definitely number 10, right? I've cooled down a little bit as I've kind of heard a little bit more about the gameplay, but as long as it's good enough and the price is right, I'm actually still quite interested in this. I think it looks really pretty. I don't know if it's going to be 2022 or not. It might end up being kind of a early 2023 thing. I guess we'll see. And that's on a few things. I don't have dates for everything. For instance, Thorgal, the board game, it's actually based off of a graphic novel, I believe, but it just looks pretty. It reminds me a lot of Conan. A lot like Conan, but it sounds super cool. It sounds very easy to get to the table because it's not some huge campaign-based thing. It's just 10 standalone scenarios, each taking roughly 90 to 120 minutes to complete. So that's 10 solid game nights I could get out of this, just the core box, and that's assuming I don't play more than that. That's how I played Death May Die. I played all of the scenarios, and then I played some multiple times. I had a lot of fun with it. I don't need, 300, ridiculous hours of fluff. If this can give me some really great, one shot kind of board game nights, I think it looks really, really cool. And some of the things they're describing here just sound great. It sounds really neat. So definitely interested in this. Again, don't know on the date. Several people have asked in the comments and we haven't really gotten a response yet. So it might not be 2022, but either way, it's been out the preview page for quite a while. So I'm assuming it's coming at some point here relatively soon. Next up, we have Crystal Age by Gravita Games. This one was always really interesting to me because I guess the design of it, the box reminds me of Final Fantasy. At the splash screen you get where you get the text and you get the kind of colored art. It kind of reminds me a little bit of that, plus crystals, and the Final Fantasy loves their crystals. But it also sounds cool too. Control a powerful hero to defeat exotic creatures and acquire their abilities. That sounds great. Who remembers, what was it? Fallen Knight. Do you remember that? We're going to suck up the memories of your enemies kind of thing. Kind of like that, except this looks more real. They have a website. I'll share it to you. If not, I'll have some pictures I'll throw up. I can't remember if it was just a folder they gave me or what, but there's a ton more art and stuff I can show beyond just this. So I'll go and share that with you. And that really drives it. Again, it looks great. It sounds interesting. And at the end of the day,
That's what crowdfunding is all about. It's discovering these things that look pretty and sound cool, right? And so that's kind of why it's here. But again, I don't know a solid date on it yet. And that's kind of also why it's a little bit down here. Now, this one we do know. This is coming here in November. Axon Protocol. So this is coming up here very soon. It's been a long time. I think I shared this last year where I was looking at this. I am all about cyberpunk games. If you look at my shelves, there's not a lot of cyberpunk there. We need more of that. This one actually sounds pretty cool. It's a shared worker placement board game where you can but it sounds like there's a lot of player interaction where you can hack each other and stuff like that. So that's kind of cool. I really dig that. I like the idea of almost like a small world worker placement, right? Where you guys are bumping shoulders all the time while you're trying to do it. Again, it looks like a very neat theme as well. So definitely excited about that one. Glad it's finally coming out. Stone Saga. This is by Games. And again, it's another one where I'm not sure. It'll probably end up being either late 2022 or early 2023. But this one has me excited. Now listen to this. A cooperative campaign survival crafting board game set in a unique persistent world shaped by your choices. If that isn't a great sales pitch, a great elevator pitch, I don't know what is. I like every word I just said. That all sounds great. Even when I said it wrong, that still sounded great. Really excited about that. I think this is going to be a big hit for them as long as they can stick the landing. The flight looks great. So really kind of pumped about this. Now this is coming out now, right? This is just in a few days here. Cthulhu Death May Die Fear the Unknown, aka Season 3. We're finally getting more Cthulhu Death May Die stuff, and I am excited. I know I'm a little cautiously excited because I don't know about the price versus what I'm getting, because I still have a whole bunch of Cthulhu Death May Die stuff. I've played a lot of it. I've had a lot of fun with it, and I can keep playing that. So I don't know how much more I need. I guess we'll find out, right? But either way, I'm excited to see what they have on offer, and I hope it's really, really cool. All right, after that, we have Homeworld Fleet Command. Guys, this is just looks like a ton of fun. It's coming in November, and I mean, it has a bajillion minis, right? 101 plastic ships, but you can actually combine multiple boxes to make some huge thing, right? Which kind of reminds me of Armageddon style, Apocalypse style, Warhammer stuff where you play all day. It sounds ridiculously kind of cool, and it's a great IP. I really enjoyed a little bit of the time I had over at my buddy's house when I used to play this instead of playing with him. Because it's just cool. So I'm excited to see what they do with it. I know Modiphius really has a passion for the IPs that they use, so I'm hoping that it's used quite well. I know Wasteland Warfare was still a highlight for me when it comes to the use of IP there, and if this is anything even close to that, then I am excited. Okay, we're at top 3 now. Okay, so this is these are I'm backing this kind of stuff, right? Okay, so number 3 is The Thinning Veil, a 1 to 4 player solo and co-op play in a world of fantasy horror inspired by Celtic myth. This Samhain, which is Halloween, devils and the restless dead plan to stay. That sounds amazing. The art looks amazing. The design of the miniatures look unique. And that is something I strive for. You know how many zombie miniatures I have? You know how many orc miniatures I have? You know how many weird bird tentacle mouth miniatures I have? One of those I have less of than the other, and I'll let you guess which one. I am pumped for this. This looks cool. It sounds cool. And again, that's what I'm all about. That's why I'm here on crowdfunding, because you get these crazy things like this out of the blue. This game came out of nowhere to me, and suddenly I'm like, this is something I want in an extreme way. So super excited to learn more about this as we get closer to it. And I don't know, I'm hoping, and one of the reasons I'm including this in here is because I'm hoping they can ride the hype wave. I know they've just recently got a hype wave. I'm hoping they're far enough along where they can land that within the next few months, either late 2022 or early 2023. That's my hope. It's my desire. But as I find out more about this game, I will let you guys know, of course. Number 2 is Celestial. That's right, not number 1. Number 2. Number 2 is Celestial. This has been my number 1 for a long time, and I'm still super excited about it. And I know it's coming after the Deep Madness one, and it's been such a long time coming. I mean, look at that. Again, the design of the minis are so unique. The style of the game seems cool. It's a skirmish game, but an RTS where you have hero units and then these building kind of units that can produce, little trash mobs and stuff like that. So it's kind of like a MOBA RTS style structure there with a crazy Game of Thrones set in Chinese mythology far out into space with sci-fi thrown in all at once. It sounds super cool, and I'm definitely interested. I cannot wait for Celestial. But there is a new number one. Now, if you guys think you know what it is, I would love to hear your guess. I would love, if anybody guesses it, I will pin your comment if you're the first person to guess it. But no cheating. I mean it. No cheating. But I'm excited. Elden Ring, the board game, November 2022, November the 22nd, 2022. It's like the Mitch Hedberg joke. Just press 2 a lot to call him on his phone number. His phone number is 2s anyway. This is something I'm super excited about. Honestly, even if it's just an okay game, I'm still probably going to back it. If I could get my hands on this, if I could play this beforehand, I would love to share my experience with you guys, because I've been enjoying the video game like crazy. I was up to like 3:30 in the morning last night playing it. I'm not even joking. It's really hard to stop. It's something about completing the map that's really big for me too. It's not just like, it's like, oh, there's a church there. Okay, I can go there. Oh, look, a golden seed. I'm going to go get that. Or, whatever it might be that I'm doing, I'm excited about it. Oh, a warp gate, wherever that goes, takes me or whatever. And it just, I really hope it has spontaneity. Very spontaneous events like that. Like you open up a chest, but it was a trap chest, and you're teleported to some crazy place, and there's this giant mini now in front of you. This crazy bad guy that you gotta fight or run away from or do whatever. I mean, it just if I have to fight any more prawns, though, I'm gonna be upset. I don't like those prawns. Those guys are bad. But seriously, it's cool. I want to fight land octopuses. I want to fight all sorts of the cool, golden, horseback knight guys that it can throw at me. I am so pumped for Elden Ring. I really am. I didn't realize I needed this in my life until I started playing the video game to do research on the board game, and now it is my number one board game desire. What is yours? I would love to hear something you guys are looking forward to, especially if it's not on my list. Let me know what's hot in your list and what I maybe should be paying attention to. Guys, as always, stay focused. Have a great rest of your day. I'll talk to you guys again real soon. Bye, guys.